So today we will cover enlightenment, or shall we say, we will try to cover enlightenment, because enlightenment is a dilemma. Some consider the enlightenment as a desktop environment, some consider it as a window manager. So there is a line here which says, what is enlightenment? Is it a window manager or is it a desktop environment? So if we look at the website, we have this very simple website about enlightenment. It says here, enlightenment is a window manager and a compositor and minimal desktop for Linux. So that's where the dilemma comes. And we see that they have a lot of libraries and applications that come with enlightenment. So that's the website about it, and they talk about some of the developers and the sponsors that they have. It is not present in many distributions. It is present in Body Linux as Enlightenment, a fork of Enlightenment 17, and also in eLive, also a distribution with also Enlightenment 17. So Enlightenment, the latest version, which we will cover today, it is Enlightenment 0.25.4. So it is Enlightenment 25. It is only present, I think, in one distribution now, which is Exlight. It's not in DistroWatch. It with a minimal customization. So basically, how we will install it. In the previous video, we covered Tumbleweed generic desktop, and from Tumbleweed, if you notice here, I am with Yast here, Yast software. We go to View Patterns, and if you notice, there is a lot of graphical interface. There is one with Enlightenment. So if we see the what it will cover, I have here Mozilla Firefox, Clementine, Enlightenment, Google Droid Fonts, LeafPad, there is MUPDF, patterns, terminology, VLC, etc. What really strikes is that Enlightenment is around 403.8 megabyte, which for a window manager is very big, because window managers sometimes get 15, maximum 15 megabytes, or sometimes 500k, 1.5 megabytes. Here we have around 400 megabytes. That's why we don't see it in many distributions. They just rely on a big desktop environment like KDE or GNOME. So what we will do today is we will go over the Enlightenment on OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, which by the way, Tumbleweed has a very good themes which come with it. OpenSUSE, which comes with a lot of interesting themes. We will cover them and we will start now. Okay, so here is OpenSUSE on Tumbleweed. So first we have this menu. Everything is small. Let me change it. Let me go to the settings panel here first here. Okay, so we go for scaling here. I will make it like 1.2, apply. So this is better. So now we have this panel. If you notice, the panel is in the center. That's because they don't want to make it on the whole screen for many reasons. One of them is, let's say if I want to right click and we have to go to some menu, it will go far away. So that's why they keep it here. But if you want, you can get it into the, from the setting, you can make it if you want in the position, in the size, shrink to fit content. I will put it here like this and we'll have the apply. So this one is, maybe it's better for you, I don't know. So first off, if you notice, let us change the theme directly. So we have settings, themes. If you notice here, there are three themes: OpenSUSE Ice, OpenSUSE Neon, and Olive Leaf. I already installed some flat and dark. I was trying some things in OpenSUSE, but these come by default. If let's say I want to get OpenSUSE Neon, which is I think one of the best, it comes with the wallpaper and everything. I'll press apply. We have a problem here with the driver, and this is the theme. If you notice, it has a very nice neon light when you hover. So that's basically what we have. We have here 4 desktops. Here there is the menu. We have 4 desktops. You can increase it as much as possible. There is here the Firefox. Look at the animation, how lovely the animation is when you hover around it. This is terminology, which is also already a flagship of Enlightenment, and the leaf pad. Here there is the backlight and the temperature. Here we have the battery, we have the clock, we have the mixer. And if you don't like the backlight, you can go to the backlight and remove, so it is removed. If you don't like the temperature, you can remove it. So these are the shelf. Here I have the language, and here I have if I want to log out. Let us explore the shelf. So if we have here the shelf, in the orientation, you can put the shelf wherever you desire. You can put it top left corner, etc. I already have it in the bottom. You can have it as auto hide. You can refresh it, rename, delete. You can begin moving gadgets. What do they mean by begin moving gadgets? If I press it, every single one of these, they can be moved now. Same as the unhide the toolbar in Windows, if you remember the good old Windows. So let's say I want to take this one and put it here. Okay, so that's or let's say this one, I want to put it inside here, and get this one, maybe get this one also here, get the mixer, okay, and then after right click, stop moving. Then I want to remove, let's say I want to remove the battery, I don't like it, I remove it. So we already changed the status of the shelf. For the desktop here, I'll give you a hint what can we do. Let's say I have one leaf pad here, and I open another one. So we have two open leaf pads. If you notice, they are here. If I grab one of them and put it here, so I have another one. So I can change between each one of them. Not only on the shelf, we can also put it on the desktop, and we'll show you how we can put it on the desktop. So that's basically for the shelf. The other thing for the desktop, if I right click, there is nothing. If I right click, there is nothing. If I left click, you will get the same menu. And from the same menu, you can go to change gadgets. You can change the wallpaper and change gadgets. If I want to change the wallpaper first, so you have the wallpaper. Let's say I want snow tree. You click on advanced, and if you notice here, you can put it for this desktop or for this screen. If I want for this desktop, I apply. So it only applies on this desktop. Let's say I want to take the other desktop, this one, and I also want to change wallpaper. Let's say I want to green maple. I put on advanced, I put this wallpaper, and I press apply. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you don't like the transitions, because now you have these transitions, if you don't like the transitions, you can change them with settings panel. Where is this one? In the transitions here, you can put none. Background change, none. You put here none, apply. And for desktop change, if you want, apply. And for the startup, if you want, you can click apply. So now when you have directly, it changes. So that's for the wallpaper. Let us go over the desktop for the change gadgets. So for the change gadgets, look at the same gadgets that you will see in here. All the things that you can put here, you can put also up there. So let's say I want to put a clock. I'll put the clock and I'll press add and put close. So we have here the clock. I can place it wherever I need. If you don't like this one, you can go to the settings, make it, let's say, analog, okay, and press apply. So we have an analog one. You can also change begin move and resize if you want to resize it. Let's say I want to resize it like this. So that's the clock that we have. So that's basically for the desktop. So it's very interesting. We can have widgets. It's the same as KDE. If you notice, we can place widgets on KDE, and this one also has the widgets. So the thing that interests us now is the settings panel, which is the most important thing in Enlightenment. So here with the mouse, we don't need any config file, anything. You can change whatever you desire in customization. So if you notice, the wallpaper we already changed. The application theme, the same thing. You can change the application theme for GTK applications. You can put whatever you like about them. This is for the GTK themes and the icons, the same as LX appearance that you have in another window manager. There is the theme. As we told you, there is not much themes available, but these are the most popular ones: OpenSUSE, Ice, Neon, Olive Leaf. You will not find in any other distributions many themes. These are the ones that are more user friendly and you can utilize them. So as for fonts, it's the same thing. You can enable fonts, bigger fonts for everything that you like. Let's say if you want the menu item, you can pick the font, you can pick the size, and you apply. For the menu title, the same. For the move test, look how much you can change. Every single item that you like, you can change. Also, you can make enable font class. Let's say this menu item here. Let's say I make deja vu stands. Let's say I'll make them big. Look how much big it will be. If I put normal, this is normal. This is big. So if I press apply, look how much it will be big. Look at and see how it will be here. Let me keep it like this here. So this is for the menu item. You can do it for menu title, for all of these items. Imagine how much customization you are able to do with this window manager. So the borders, you can have a border, you can have no borders, and for the borders you can change the likelihood how you would like your border to be. Also the same that you can see with KDE, the same you can see here. Transitions, the same thing we said about transitions. It was in the desktop, how you can change from the desktop. For the scaling, I use 1.2 factor because I'm recording the video, but you can use 1.0 or 1.5 if you like a bigger scale for everything, for the applications and for everything. And if you notice, the font is very good also. The compositor, you can make some rendering for the compositor and you can make some changes. The engine is OpenGL. Here we have problems with OpenGL in VirtualBox, but also with these problems you can see that the font is beautiful and very crisp. For the apps, you have favorite apps. What you like, what is good about the favorite apps? Let's say I want to put LeafPad or Clementine. I will press it and I'll say press and add. Let's say I want Double Commander also to be on my favorite application. I'll put it and click add. All of the applications you can change. Let's say I want LeafPad also. I'll put add. So what happens now if I go here? If I left click, you'll have this menu. Is this beautiful menu that you have? And this is if I left click. If I right click, you will have the favorite menu, which is really nice. If you have some programs that you want to use, you can use these ones. For the screen, you can check the screen setup if you want. Screen lock and blanking and backlight. I already used the screen setup for my 1920 by 1080 in the VirtualBox, so that it will be a very nice way to look at it. For the input, there are many inputs that are very important. Let's say for the edge binding, what is interesting about the edge binding, let's say if I want to add, let's say I will take here on the top left. So I press here. So it tells me top left 0.30 seconds, 0.3 seconds. So let's say if I stay around 1 second, if you want, apply. If I stay 1 second on the top left edge, what will happen? You can pick whatever you like about it. So I want to, let's say, do a command or an application. Launch a command or an application. Let's say I want to launch a command. I'll remove all of these here. And I press, let's say I want to launch LeafPad. Okay, so I press apply. This is a simple command that I will use. Let me close. So now when I go directly here and I stay for 1 second, let me add another one. Let me add, let's say, the top one here. Top edge. Okay, I press apply. Top edge, and we'll put show favorites menu also. Okay, let me put apply and close. I'll put here. So we got it. I don't know why the top edge here, maybe because of the virtual box. So when I press here, you'll get the favorites menu. Let us this top edge, because I'm using multiple monitors, I think that's the problem with the top edge. So with the top left edge, if I press it, you will get the favorites menu. You can put another command. Let me put the command, and the command that we will use is LeafPad. So this is the top edge. Top edge we'll use, and the top edge was the top left. It didn't work, so we take this one and we put LeafPad and press apply, close. So LeafPad is open. So we have problem with the top left because I think with the virtual box and the tiling, they have problem with the edges, etc. So that's for the edge binding. For the key binding, you can use, if you notice, all of these that are built in with the laptop. Let's say if you want to have a power off, suspend, etc., they are already available. So you don't need to put any other ones. If you want, you can also add the same as we did with the edge binding. You can add, let's say, a certain key binding, and you put the command, like let's say LeafPad or any other script that you want to have. So it's very handy also. There's also the ACPI bindings. There's touch for the touchpad and the keyboard. For the Windows, if you notice, there is the display, focus, geometry, list, remembers, process management, and window switcher. And there's also a very interesting option, which is the tiling. And the tiling, I think we need to enable the tiling. Let's say I want to, we have to go to the setting modules. And in the modules, if you notice, there are many modules here. One of the modules, if you go in the core, one of the modules is the tiling. So we have here a tiling. Let me put it here, load. So we loaded the tiling. If you notice now, we have here tiling. We can press it also. And let's say we have, let me have the tiling for all these. If you want tiling only for one desktop, you can do it. This is for the all four. So we put apply and close. So if you notice now, everything now is tiled. Go to LeafPad, let's say, or any other application. Let's say, where is LeafPad? I press it. Okay, so we have LeafPad, and you can change between them. Let's say you can drag the tiling. Let me go back to window switcher. So it is a good addition, but to be honest, tiling has some problems. This is for the Windows. So we have these options. For the menu setting, we don't have language. You can import your own language. For the advanced, it's the same thing. I will not cover. There is also a plugin which is everything. So let's say I want to change or look for anything. Let's say you can go run everything. You can search directly here for anything that you like. Let's say you want to check for an application, for a setting, for an accessory. It's very simple. You can press it here and you can have it. That's a good addition that they included everything as an application. The last thing that we will cover is the settings. And in the settings, there is the profile. If I press the profile, You notice here we have default, computer standard, Enlightenment, Open SUSE classic desktop, and OpenSUSE dock. We can add a profile. So I add a profile, let's say. I will call this profile my profile. So now I have this my profile. This my profile, what you can do is when you open, if you want to take your profile with you, it's very simple. It's like a dot file. It is present in .e, which is the Enlightenment folder. There is the profile, my profile, or you can find where the folder is. You can grab the folder and place it in another occurrence of Enlightenment on any other system. You can use it directly with all the themes, with all the settings, things that you like. So guys, that's basically it. That's what Enlightenment is all about. It's not a window manager. It is more than that. It has a compositor, very crispy and very nice menus. It's not for anybody. Some will like it, some will not like it, especially for the themes. There's not much themes, and it's very difficult to produce a theme, not like the others. But at least it is flashy, it is nice, and if you are bored with your other window manager, you can also choose this one. That's it for now, and we will be back with another video.